What's going on, Humblers? It's HumbleZeus here. Hope you guys are having an okay day. I know today's not the best day, so I didn't want to say awesome because I don't want to offend, because I know today is September the 11th. It might not be depending on when you watch this video, but it did go up September 11th, and you know, 9/11 is not the best of days for certain people. Lots of people were lost, a lot of people died unnecessarily. It didn't need to happen like that, and it did, and it is very unfortunate. And so, you know, I want to kind of say to those people who did lose somebody or were affected by that, my heart goes out to you. I can't say I understand what you're going through because I personally have not gone through anything even close to that, so I can't imagine how it must feel. So I will not try to say, you know, like, counts as well, I understand how you feel. I understand that. I don't understand it. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be serious with you for a moment. I really do not understand, and I don't think I ever will. Unless that ever happens to me, and I pray that it doesn't. So, you know, for those people, again, my heart does go out to you, and I wish you the best on this day. I hope I can help you feel a bit better, you know, try to make you laugh a bit, try to make you feel a bit better, but if I can't, well then, I still hope you have an awesome day. I still hope that you enjoy the video, I still hope that you get something out of it. So without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time, because your time is precious, and today is a day to move forward, not stay too far behind. So, without further ado, let's jump in. So as you can tell by the title, today's video is a kind of review called Destiny Smash or Pass. Now, Smash or Pass came from the term, if you do not know, I'm going to explain it to you. If you see a hot girl walk down in front of you, or down the street or whatever, you're just kind of sitting here looking with your buddies, and you know, you whisper, hey, would you hit that? Or would you not? And it's kind of like that, Smash or Pass. Will you hit this game or not? And, you know, you could either say, hell yeah, or nah, I heard she got herpes. I don't want that, so I don't want to play it. I don't want that. I don't want to get there. And, you know, that's kind of what this is. It will be a review guide series thing. You know, I'll be doing it for a lot of games. Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, Evolve. I'll try to do it for games that I think are, like, people are very interested in playing and that I end up buying and, you know, say, hey, do you want this game or do you not want it? Advanced Warfare will get one too, so we'll see then. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump in. So I'm going to start off with the single-player campaign, or co-op campaign, if I guess you should say. And then move on to, you know, multiplayer, and then overall feelings, weapons, balance, things like that. So, campaign. Campaign, I think, in my mind, I don't know what I was really expecting from this game, but I'm not sure whether or not I'm a big fan of the campaign itself. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the campaign is fun. Like, I think there's a lot of fun moments in the campaign. I think there's a bit of humor thrown in, but enough seriousness that you know you're not just playing some loony game, that you know you're not on LSD, it's not like crazy, but it does have some funny moments thrown in, funny, you know, characters and whatnot. But at the same time, I don't think I got enough of the history. A lot of things about like games like big games like Skyrim or Borderlands is that there's always like they manage to throw in the story so well. Like, just by playing the game naturally, you get a feel for what's actually happening, what the scope of the world is, what's actually going to happen if this occurs. Now, we currently, in the campaign, we have a couple of main enemies, and our Protector, the Traveler, are now the Guardians because the Traveler can no longer do its job. I feel like even if the Traveler randomly died, we wouldn't have much of an issue because players themselves don't really have any issue killing these enemies. Like, we can kill them without too much effort. I don't know why we need the Traveler. And it didn't give me any insight on where the Traveler came from, what the Traveler's real purpose is. And I felt so lost and confused because I didn't have anything to grab onto. I didn't have, like, you know, oh, this will happen if it's, like, I just keep getting sent to places like I'm an errand boy. And now I'm not trying to make it sound worse than it is because it actually, you don't really feel like that until you sit back and really take a quick look at it and you're like, you know, I'm not really feeling it from this game right now. I'm not really getting that vibe that I need. So, the campaign, I think, is a good aspect. I think it's not actually handled that badly, but it just didn't suck me in. Maybe it'll suck you in more. Maybe you'll get a better understanding. From what I do know, you can go around picking up dead ghosts and getting more and more bits of the story, but they don't kind of introduce you. You have to kind of go out on your own. Now, maybe I feel like I need to be spoon-fed this. I don't know. But, I mean, I have no issue exploring, but I'm probably going to go exploring to get loot, not, you know, find out about the world until very late. So maybe if they add it in a way to, you know, get that kind of information quicker. Maybe that'll be DLC, you'll get some more backstory. I'm not sure yet. But hopefully there is some, you know, good news on that end. Hopefully maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you'll hate it. I don't know. Now, multiplayer. I'm trying not to give you too many spoilers. I'll go back and talk about minor things later. Not really minor, but, you know, more detailed later. Multiplayer, like I said, it feels relatively the same as in beta, I would say. I mean, having not played the beta in a while, I can't really say exactly if it feels exactly the same, but from what I remember, it does feel fairly the same. You cannot instantly turn around. There is a delay in turning around. Supers are, in my mind, still fairly balanced. I mean, I don't think any super is really overpowered or underpowered. I think they're all relatively, balanced in their own way. I know people are going to still say the golden gun is still broken, or, the purple ball of death is still completely unbalanced, or the Titan smash is complete bullshit. And, as you can see here, no, I'm playing. I like all the classes, though. I feel like they all have their own unique roles to play. I haven't gotten to play with the subclasses yet, and I've only played Hunter so far, so I don't know how the other two feel compared to their old beta style, but I think they still feel around the same. So, overall, I say multiplayer, it still gets around a B or an A for me, because honestly, I still like it. It's still fast-paced. However, there is a high time to kill, which, in my mind, leaves me open to dying more. And it is still kind of based on the gear you go into the Crucible with. Now, some people will obviously have better gear than you, having grinded the games for hours. Others will have lower gear. I know they do try to balance it out, but in the end, I still feel like my weapons are a bit too weak. But I can understand it, and I feel that's actually fair because it will allow people who have grinded out to get all these nice weapons, good weapons, but they won't be completely broken. However, maybe newer players might feel like it's not as balanced as it should be. Now, on to kind of the online aspect, or this kind of open world aspect. The worlds are big. I like them. I kind of wish there was more to explore because you only get one area in each world. So you go to Earth, the Moon, the Venus, Mars, and some little shadow dimension, but all I see there are cutscenes. I haven't finished the game, so I can't tell you yet, but the game actually is large, but it might not feel large, and that might simply be because the world is not broken up in most normal ways. Normally, you have to kind of travel to another area. Think of Borderlands or Skyrim, where if you open a door to another area, you have to go through a loading screen. There isn't any of that. You just keep walking, and it kind of gives the impression that you're not really going anywhere when you actually are traveling pretty far. However, Moon was very interesting because it had a lot to explore. It was very rich in terms of where you could go. I had a mission to do, but I wandered off in a completely opposite direction for at least 10 minutes with my buddy. And we were like, whoa, there's all this, other area to explore. And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really interesting. And it definitely added to the game for me because, damn, holy crap, I want to explore this. Jesus, I gotta come back here later and just kind of walk through here. So overall, I'd say that the open world aspect does get a pass from me because there is a lot to do if you know where to look. And a lot of it is exploration. If you take the time to explore, you'll definitely enjoy this game. If you're someone who loves Skyrim, walking around and exploring everywhere, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, the characters all feel unique. With the Hunter, I always felt very quick and agile compared to my Titan counterpart, who was a bit slower. I know my friends love Titan, they all love Attack on Titan. Me, personally, I've never watched it. I bet I'm gonna get 70 dislikes because I said that, but I never watched Attack on Titan, but when I said Titan to them, they're like, Attack on Titan! Aaron! I'm like, what the fuck are you guys saying, bro? I'm just telling you about the Titan class. Don't give me shit. I don't know what you're doing. So, overall, I mean, this was very brief, and I will try to do it more in-depth once I finish the game, and I've gotten through all the story, I've gotten all the pieces together. But currently, I have to say, this is actually a really good game. I think that it's definitely a smash. I would grab this thing by the boobies and go all night. Literally, it's a fun game. It's an awesome game. I think that if you haven't picked it up and you're kind of on the fence about it, but you're waiting for an actual review you could trust, because I don't trust IGN for shit anymore after Call of Duty Ghost. I think that overall you will get a nice experience out of this game. Well, I don't know how long it'll last. I haven't really gotten into that part yet, but I think this game does have a lot of replayability. Again, there are 2 other classes you can play as, so maybe once you max out one character, you can go play another character. I don't believe the max is 20 because I think I saw someone at level 22. So if you were worried about that, I believe you can go higher. I'm not sure if it's a prestige thing or not, but I don't think the max level cap is 20. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.